Chris here with a new profile, and although it's late, by late I mean like it's been maybe 5 or 6 months, but I'm here with Josh, and we were just at St. Peter's for the regional, and respectively I got 50th, he got 43rd. He's just better than me. I decided to drop it round 6, going X3.
You let a guy who hasn't played the game in 5 years do better.
Yeah, and this is what, your second time playing the deck?
Second time playing the deck, and I wasn't even sure what my ratios were until I made the deck list.
Yeah.
So while we go over the profile as well, I'm going to be explaining some changes I want to make to the list moving forward and how I want to be playing the deck. Obviously this is after Burst Protocol, otherwise Darklord cards suck balls. Just start getting into the drift of it.
Cool. Just wanted to put it on top.
We'll start with the Darklord names. 3 Jehudi. On summon, it special summons a Darklord monster from your deck in defense position, and if you control Darklord Fusion, you can banish it to target a Darklord card or a Forbidden Quick Play spell from grave, add it back to hand. It's your normal summon of the deck now. Ukobak doesn't do anything on its own anymore, so this is a 1-card starter. It can recycle Crown, Droplets, and in the combo you add back the next dude, which will be shown.
What was your record, by the way?
4-4 by the end of it.
4-4, okay.
The next Darklord name is going to be Goligot. Gullet.
Gullet.
I just called him a spear dude.
Or Gullet.
So on summon, he special summons 2 level 6 tokens. 0/0 Dark Fairies, which matters because they're free link fodder or fusion fodder. The real nice thing about him though is when he's sent to the graveyard, he searches a Darklord card or a Forbidden Quick Play spell, so you're able to search Crown, Droplets, or just any Darklord name you need. For main combos, typically you're using it to search Dance though. For the next one, it was 1 copy of Tesseract, Tesla.
Tezzy.
I just called him Balinks all day. The only thing that mattered about him was in some matchups like Draco Tail and Sky Striker and just like random matchups, they have ways of removing him. He's a discard to protect your board instead. Realistically, I am going to be cutting him moving forward, probably just put him into the side deck. The one nice thing about him is not an activated effect, it's a replacement effect. So they go, Raigeki, destroy my field, I can just go chain a dude, target banishment in the grave, shuffle it back, add this, add resolution, discard this. That's what was nice in theory, but he will be side decked moving forward. Next will be 2 copies of Eggshell. Discard herself and another Darklord, draw 2. While she's on field, pay 1,000, target a Darklord spell, trap the grave, copy the effect, shuffle it back in. She was just the best name of the old Darklords with the copy effect.
Would you play more?
I would play less.
Really?
Moving forward, I'm thinking about cutting the Eggshell down to 1. If you want to draw, the deck does search a lot now because of banishment and just condemn Darklord or the Google it. So if you need her, you can get her. It just really sucks when your opening hand for Darklords is just Eggshell only. So moving forward, she will be cut down to 1.
Damn.
Next is 1 copy of Morningstar. His entire text does not matter. The only thing that matters is you have to play him to make the fusion for the first Darklord in order to get the board wipe effect.
It is nice that you get to play him though. Like, it's been ages since we've gotten to play him.
There's a world where his on-summon effects matter a little bit more once we get the new trap card, which has no TCG release date, which can summon him back from the banished.
Okay.
Just as a thing I wanted to mention, moving forward, I'm going to play a copy of Nashton. He's just an extender, one of the few Darklords that can special summon themselves with the copy effects.
You're not playing
this.
I'm
currently not playing him, but he will be added in moving forward over one of the Eggshells or the Tesseract. Next, I played it with a Melodious engine, 3 copies of red. On summon, she searches a Melodious monster, and then her pen scale effect is target Melodious monster, fusion monster, and then you will send a Melodious from deck to grave, and it gains stats equal to the level times 200. This matters for a few lines or just to help with OTK. The other Melodious name is the green one. If it's added to your hand except by on your normal draw, reveal a special Melodious monster from your hand or graveyard, which can include itself, which came up a little bit to make link monsters. What's in its scale, and you can only control Melodiouses. You can search a Melodious spell card, just Melodious combo stuff. If you wanted to play another name, there's that green one that just if you control Melodious, you can special summon it. But realistically, you only ever need just the 4 names. Opening her is fine. There's combo lines where it's just with her. Opening green sucks. The next engine, this one hurts a little bit because I don't know how. I went to 3 card shops and I've only been able to find 2 Dawn Angels, so I only played 2, but I will be bumping Dawn Angel up to 3 moving forward since I found the 3rd in the middle of the event. If you control no monsters, or all monsters you control are fairies, special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you contribute itself plus other fairies on your field. Special summon a fairy from your deck whose level equals it. Typically, you just tribute herself. Special summon Nightshade. Nightshade, if it's link summon for a Trickster Link monster, she summons herself back, and she's banished to lose a field. It's just easy Link 2 fodder without your normal summon. Next into some hand drops. You're a fairy deck, 3 orange light.
You can also play green light.
I thought about siding a copy of green and orange, or not orange, green and purple. Orange light being able to discard this card is really strong because then this will get a search after her. So if you have a good hand already, you can search like Forbidden Crown, or if you have like no starter, you can search Dual. God, sorry, I'm really tired today. It is currently 11:40. We're making this profile. We've been up for a while.
Like we've been up since like 3 or 4 this morning.
So forgive me for mispronouncing some of the names, but you can search the level 4 since he's a starter, which is nice. Next is 2 copies of Droll. Good card is good card.
It's kind of sad that it's at 2. Honestly, I'd be more okay with it if it was banned.
It should have been banned. I don't know why the card's at 2. It's just the Konami thing to do. 3 Ash Blossom. It hurts the Charmies, and that's the primary reason of playing it.
Did you ever side it out?
No. A lot of the combos get hurt by Fuwalos.
Well, I mean, like going first or second, going second.
Me going second. I mean, no, because still actually like Branded Fusion and Draco Tail spell traps are strong, and there's just a lot of random generic spells that like archetypes have nowadays, or like actually a Hobbit Curie is still pretty good.
Okay.
3 copy of Fuwa, because budget maxi is good.
Okay.
Next will be the spells. 3 copies of Banishment. This is just very simple. Add a Darklord card from deck to hand. One nice thing about how Darklords work, all the spell traps have a hard ones per turn activation effect, and but the Darklord monsters, like Eggshell and some of them, can just shuffle them back into the deck, ignore that hard ones per turn. Just good consistency. Next is a copy of Darklord Contact. This is just special summon a Darklord from your graveyard in a defense position. It does not target, so if you have multiple copies, they can't just DD Crow it and try to like stop you from having a guy, which is kind of strong, especially since Draco Tail has Sting.
Great. Would you play more?
No, one's fine. Easily searchable. You can set it off of Evening Star as well. Typically, it's the best thing to set once Banishment. If you open Banishment, Evening Star will set this. 1 copy of Darkwood Dance. This is your fusion spell. Fusion summon a Dark Fairy fusion monster by using monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard by banishing them. But if you're the fusion summon of a Darklord fusion, you can use cards your opponent controls. That will not come up unless it's in the mirror match. But the main thing about it is the fusion monster gains 1,000 attack. So it makes Evening Star 4,000, and it makes the first Darklord 5,000. Helps just OTK. Next, back for Melodious cards, 3 Astronato. If you control no card or no monsters, here's someone for the Melodious fusion monster from your extra deck by using the dudes from your deck. Typically, you just send two reds. Does a really strong card, gets you to easy fairies without your normal summon.
Yeah, I love Melodious Pure, and Astronato is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, any game I've resolved this card, I won. This card is too good.
It's also not a once per turn, so if they do Ash it the first time and you have a second, or Thrust.
Yeah, I did that once today. Opponent negated the first one with an Ash Blossom, and I thrusted for the second one. Quite good, that's all. Very simple.
Miss the deck.
1 Constantero.
Concerto.
Melodious Brick. This is a brick fusion spell. Fusion summon a fairy fusions, probably using monsters from your hand, field, or pen scales. And then if Melodious fusion monster is sent to the graveyard, you draw a card. Something I note about this, it doesn't say from field to graveyard. It just says to the graveyard. Which means it's sent as Xyz material, which is nice.
Oh, Xyz material.
Because it's not sent from field to graveyard.
If it's sent to graveyard,
yeah. Well, cards in the graveyard.
What does the XC material matter for? Did it get taken?
We'll get there.
Oh no.
Next is Kind of Engine. 2 copies of Forbidden Crown. Target a card, it becomes useless. I've had a moment. I had a moment earlier today where my opponent tried nibbing me, though, and I just Forbidden Crowned my Evening Star, so he couldn't be tributed by the nib, and then he couldn't out the Evening Star. So you can also use it on your own monsters to protect it, which is nice. Cards is good. You can recycle it back off the level 4. You can search it off the level 6. And then a copy of Droplet. Moving forward, though, I will be citing the Droplet as well.
Really?
It's just kind of awkward. I breaked on it a lot today. That's mainly why.
And if you had a 3rd crown, would you play the 3rd crown?
No. It's still a hard once per turn card, so opening multiple would feel kind of bad. There's a world, though, where instead I just play 1 and 1.
That's weird.
I just kind of prefer Crown, just because I can use it to protect my monsters if needed as well.
Yeah.
It has more versatility than Droplet.
Yeah.
Next on to the traps. We have a Darklord Rebellion. I'll go over both the Darklord traps I'm playing right now. So all the Darklord traps have the same activation cost, which is send a Darklord monster from your hand or field to the graveyard as a cost. Then at resolution, they do a non-targeting effect. This Rebellion is non-target destruction. This is non-target negate the monster's effect on field, and then gain life points equal to the attack. The really nice thing about it, like I've already said, is non-targeting. It makes really, really good in just more simplified game states when your opponent's trying to play around some of your stuff. I believe, personally, this is the better one. Eventually in the future, we're getting another trap card called like the Fallen Angel of something. I can't remember. It's a 3rd trap we would play, which has no release date. But you search one and you set the other off of Evening Star for this. So you'll see on both. And then typically, if I'm going second, I side out like this one here. Because Rebellion, if I discard it off the eggshell, I can still use it in graveyard. Last cards for the main deck is this 3 copy of Imperm.
Out of the hand traps you could play, how's Imperm?
It was kind of like the most awkward. Sometimes I felt like the card was really, really good. Sometimes it felt like the card did absolutely nothing. Instant side out versus the Tri-Brigade Yummy.
Yeah.
instant stay in against rockets, the Dragon Link stuff.
Did you play against Rocket?
Yeah, I played against a Dragon Link player round 7, which was funny.
Dang.
Oh, the card's okay. Onto the extra deck. 2 copies of Darklord Evening Star. This is the bread and butter of the deck. This is why the deck functions. It's on summon, you set both a Darklord spell and a Darklord trap. So being able to just have immediate names is nice, or the search or the reborn. Then it also has the effect to pay 1,000 and target a Darklord spell trap in your graveyard and copy the effect, shuffle it back into the deck. And the fact that he cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects means he can stay on board pretty well. There's also just battle phase shenanigans. If you can get a board wipe or just make him early enough, you can just enter battle phase to copy the fusion spell to make first Darklord and then punch for a bunch of damage. This card's just good. 1 copy of the first Darklord. All fairy monsters cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. If he is fusion summoned using Morningstar, you destroy all cards your opponent controls. And since these Darklords have the pay 1,000 copy effect, you can make this on your opponent's turn. And then he also has another effect, which is just pay 1,000, special summon a fairy monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. The hand part matters a little bit because of the side deck thing. But he can also be reborn off of contact, which is nice. Just big, towery boss monster. Next we go into the Melodious ones. 2 copies of Botcha. On summon, she summons a Melodious monster from your deck, and just like the Melodious spell, if this card's sent to the graveyard, not from field to graveyard. So, if she exceeds material and sent to the graveyard, she'll get her reborn effect for a Melodious monster except herself. The fact that your opponent can't respond to the Melodious monsters doesn't matter too much outside of herself, since she'll be the only fusion you typically make. I guess just while talking about them. Big Melodious name. I didn't make at all today. This was just kind of an idea because you can make it through the Melodious line, who can just bounce cards non-target. I have nothing really to say about her since I didn't make her. Every time I've always made 2 of these guys because of the next cards. You can use 2 botchas to make Absolute and Vortex. This is how this build plays around Nib, being able to summon 2 botcha off the ostinato. Because we can go over combos another day. But this helps you play around Nibiru mostly.
How often did you make Vortex?
Pretty much any time ostinato has resolved, I would make an Absolute. Because negating Melodious cards can be kind of awkward sometimes.
Yeah.
Next are the Link monsters. 1 copy of Trickstar Bloom. Its effect does not matter. All that matters for it is a Trickstar Link 1 that you can use Nightshade for, so you can make Link 2s. And with the Link 2, the main one you would be making for that part is Condemned Darklord. 2 fairy monsters, very easy to make. You discard a card, or send a card from hand to graveyard, and you take a Darklord monster and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. And then in phase she gains 500 life points for every fairy you control. Typically you will be adding the level 4 off of her, so you can use Avow to special summon her back, the level 4 back. But sometimes being able to dump the level 6 to get a search happens a lot too, because you can search for Dance, and if you have the names in graveyard all the way to fusion summon, then that's good. It's a good consistency card. I wouldn't play more than 1 though, just because there's a better, if you already have all your names, Herald is a better
Endboard piece.
Huh?
Endboard piece.
Yeah, it's an endboard piece. If I'm just making a Link 2, this is the one I'd rather make, since it's a spell trap negate by just sending a fairy from hand to the graveyard. and all the Darklords are fairies. So now your main end board is going to be non-target destruction, non-target negate monster effect, a board wipe, and a spell trap negate. One copy of Moon Agent. Effect on summon to Foolish, does not matter. The only thing about her is she just tributes a fairy monster you control and destroys a card on the field. So she helps you out floodgates because stuff like Goes and Match can hurt the deck. Just because if you start with the Melodious monsters, you get locked into light. She's a light fairy that can out it. Or if you're just going second, it baits out negates. Just very simple card. One copy of Dagda. All that matters on this, I'm not playing any artifacts. Theoretically, if Lancia was ever good in the format, you can play Lancia. The main thing about this is it's a fairy that is very generic to make, and that's it. With good pens and arrows.
Technically, Lunalight matters, so you could, like, side Lancia, but honestly, like, I don't think your deck really cares too much.
No, with Tezerac, I can kind of play around Liger to answer stuff. One copy of B-Cop. The thing that matters about this is it's a fiend monster with good pens and arrows.
Pens and arrows.
Yeah, for the Melodious stuff.
Yeah.
It comes up in a few combos. That's it for that part. And then the reason why a fiend matters is because Abao needs a fiend monster to make. There's a lot of combo lines where you will go Condemned to search the level 4, make B-Cop into Abao, discard the 4, banish yourself, bring back to level 4, and then do the full combo. Darklord combo.
As long as you have a target in graveyard, yeah.
Yeah, legally.
Discard his cost, that's hella nice. I haven't thought about that.
I've done it quite a bit today. And then she's also a non-target destruction if needed. And what's also going to be really nice is after you do the full combo on the end phase, she'll come back so then you can discard some dead card in your hand and bring back like an eggshell or something. Yeah. So you can have the copy effect again. Good card. I do not regret playing her.
Your side deck.
Next, it will be side decks. 3 copy of Lightning Storm. I didn't set this really at all. Lightning Storm is just a good card. So, nothing to say about it.
It's good into Draco Tail.
Yeah.
And it's good into Typhoon. Well, that is if they don't negate Storm. If you can bait it out.
3 Nib. This is very controversial because it does conflict with Ostinato. Nibbing Dragon Link still hurts that deck, though. I know that.
Yeah.
2 copies of Thrust. Talents. The one nice thing about this is Thrust being able to add Banishment or Dance or Ostinato is always really strong, and always as a backup plan. Talents are always a really good card to add. Just generic good cards, don't need to explain them too much. Feather Duster goes backrow decks. 3 copies of Ghost Bell because of Draco Tail.
It's also not too bad, like, today someone double DD crowed me the same turn. Like, okay, I wish I had my Ghost Bell.
Kind of like the opposite thing. A lot of people actually have Ghost Spelled me today because a lot of my guys, because you can Ghost Spell Darklord Dance.
Can you Ghost Spell the effective copy of trap card or a spell trap?
Because it shuffles back at resolution.
Right.
It feels fine sometimes because depending on how many names you have rotation, you just use another Darklord name to copy the effect anyway.
Yeah.
The actual spice to the side deck is 1 copy of Asmodeus. 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 That's the name. Cannot be special summoned from the graveyard or the deck, which is hilarious because of the main ways Darklord summon things. But if it's destroyed, it makes 2 different token names. One of the tokens can't be destroyed by card effects, one can't be destroyed by battle. That does not matter. All that matters is it has an effect That is, once per turn, you just send a fairy monster from deck to graveyard. So we send a Flood King.
And you were born it off of...
The first Darklord.
Can you born it off of Abo?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
In the combo line, you just make this, search this, first Darklord, special this from hand. This goes to Gristia, then on your opponent's turn, first Darklord, bring this back.
That's funny as hell. Dang.
And then next set, whenever we get, I don't remember the card's name, but there's a Link monster that has, like, he's like a book or something, which is just active, once per turn, activate the effect, quick effect, during the main phase, normal summon a dude, and then the Link says you can normal summon without attributing, so you just normal summon this from your hand. Then on your opponent's turn, you could, like, normal summon big Darklord names under, Gristia.
Oh, that's how you get rid of the lock. That's really cool.
While you control this, though, the first Darklord will protect the Gristia from being targeted as well.
That's really nice.
The only thing that kind of sucks about this lineup is it can be affected by droplets.
Yeah.
Because this is a replacement effect, so go on top of the deck. But that is my Darklord deck profile. Like I've said, moving forward, I need to be putting the third copy of the Cambi in, and I'm going to be looking to put in the Nashton. This is discard 2 Darklord cards, special from hand with the copy effect. So it's good going second. That's about it.
Okay.
Any questions?
I think this is the first time I've actually seen you with the competent side deck. It's been years.
This is the first time I've had a side deck that mattered since 2019.
Yeah?
And even then I didn't really use it.
What's your weakest matchups? How do you feel about your matchups?
Sky Striker sucks.
Yeah, there's so many striker players today.
Sky Striker is one of those few decks that have non-targeting destruction. Pretty much if the deck has non-target destruction, it could be a little bit rough, because those decks can out your 2 fusion monsters very, very easily. Sky Striker is just the most annoying with it because they have multiple ways of doing it, it feels like, for no reason.
Yep.
Draco Tail has a way of doing it, but it's only off the one dragon dude, so it doesn't feel as bad. The Draco Tail matchup also just in general feels kind of fine, because you're just trading big beaters for big beaters at some random points. Especially with like Ash and Bell being able to hit the trap cards.
Yeah.
Yummy variants are kind of difficult. They struggle to out an Evening Star at times, but it's also really hard to interact with Yummy boards since they're always moving around. Lunalight's one on paper that I'm not sure about. I haven't faced Lunalight yet with this deck.
I mean, realistically, we're not getting past the first Darklord. Unless, like, we attempt to blow up, but you have protection.
Or I could just bring it back.
Can you do that on the opponent's turn?
Yeah.
I guess, like, we would go somehow banish Chick effect. You can't activate cards during battle phase, and then blow up during battle phase.
That could be possible, yeah. Can't really think of too many other super difficult matchups other than just like being floodgated, though. Sometimes it's still a rogue deck. Sometimes you just open up unplayable hands. That's why I'm going to be cutting back on some of the bigger names moving forward. Drawing Eggshell with no other name kind of sucks. Drawing the new level 6 on his own kind of sucks. There's a world where he gets cut to 2 because of that. You can play some of the other heralds. You can play Ava to search more heralds, or to be summoned off of Cambi.
It is funny, you could play Ava. We do have it back.
Off the top of my head, there wasn't a Link 1 fairy monster that just took a fairy monster or something. From a first glance, it was just Bloom who takes a Trickstar. So Ava on its own doesn't do anything too big, but you can play Ava because it can be. And just search nib protection or something. The one thing that is really funny about this deck though is being able to nib your opponent, make a Evening Star, go battle phase, defuse someone for first Darklord, blow up their field, and then swing for exactly 8,000.
Yeah. Wait, is that 5k?
It gains 1,000 from dance.
Right. Oh, that's stupid.
Funny, I did it twice today.
I'm trying to think of like what effects we have in the format that like can put a body on board easily. I would say like Killer Tune. Killer Tune might be able to put something during battle phase. I don't know if Clip is a quick effect or not during battle phase only. I'm trying to figure out like what can stop that. Nope, Clip is during main phase only, so you'd have to like do that and then they clip during like end of main, but then you have chances to respond and do more to play around it.
The deck has a lot of, especially in a grind game, the deck has a lot of potential because it's always shuffling back its resources, adding back its stuff. Anytime there's multiple Darklords in graveyard, Contact just feels great as a card.
Do you have a way to summon, like, do the OTK thing, but also summon Christia?
It depends how many extenders. Because I'd be wasting, because you can only do one of the effects of the first Darklord per turn, so if you do the field blow up effect, you cannot do the summoning effect.
Gotcha.
So you wouldn't be able to summon Asmo unless you tributed summon him in the main phase too.
Gotcha.
That's why the new Link monster matters. You just make that and do it.
Yeah. Alright.
Cool, that's everything.
Well,
if you guys would like to see combos, just let us know. I'll be very happy to show combo videos once I'm more awake. Especially since I'll probably be staying on this deck for a while because I just love this card. I love its artwork, I love its effects, I love this deck.
man, why are you showing off this secret when you got this pretty ass Starlight?
Because I'm not one of those Yu-Gi-Oh players who are just like, this card's insane.
Yeah, you are. You have max rarity Galaxy Eyes. Of course, you're going to show off your pretty shit.
Don't worry about it.
Poor. It's not ulti.
Does it have an ulti?
I have the ulti.
Oh yeah.
Poor.
You.
Alright, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.